Welcome to this review of the top ThinkPad laptops of 2024. As usual, the products are going to be linked in the description, and if you want to support this channel, you can buy through one of the links in the description at no additional cost to you, and we do earn a tiny commission as an affiliate. Now, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's dive into the review. Now, if you're not familiar, ThinkPad is a brand of laptop that was actually originally IBM, and they're like the iconic computer maker, like one of the first computer makers. And so the reason a lot of people will recommend ThinkPads as laptops is because they're typically built better and they have better build quality and, really good solid performance for the price. And there's actually a cult following for ThinkPads. There's an entire ThinkPad subreddit where people will collect more than one of these ThinkPads because of how kind of iconic they are, and they're just known to be, really good laptops. And so what I've done is I've actually, as usual, I picked out 3 of the best ThinkPads for you. Most use cases, these are going to be the best laptops you can probably buy for your money. And I'm going to talk about the 3 options that we have. So I've taken a look. I've, owned each of these laptops in person at one point or another. For this specific review, usually we, buy the products for it. I've owned so many ThinkPads over the years. I've owned probably all 3. So I can give you a quick and easy rundown. So first laptop, this is the number 1 pick, is the ThinkPad T490S, because for most people, for what you're doing, this has more than enough performance. It has fantastic build quality. You can see it's a super thin laptop, right? It's got 16 gigs of RAM, i7, pretty good processor, 512 gigs SSD, and it is renewed on Amazon, but you want to buy your ThinkPads renewed because you save a ton of money. And again, these laptops are built so well that the renewed laptops are typically going to be, just as high quality as what you get from like a professional repair store that refurbishes, if not a little bit better. And that's been my experience on Amazon with renewed ThinkPads. So highly recommend this T490S. It's number 1 pick for the money. Just get a lot of specs. You get, everything that you're going to need and more in a solid, thin, laptop. And then, if you want a little bit more features, there's the T14, which is our number 2 pick, because you get a touch screen. So if you're someone that really wants a touch screen on a laptop, this is going to be your pick. And it's got a slightly, more powerful processor, same specs. These do have Windows 10, but you could easily upgrade them to Windows 11. Easy peasy. You can see it's a very thin laptop right there. So just really good, and you can see it folds back with the display. For that touchscreen, but basically the same components. You're just getting touchscreen and a little bit newer ThinkPad. Again, still renewed, but again, I recommend buying your ThinkPads renewed. And then finally, we have the budget option, which is the T480S. Now, the difference with this and the others is that you get 8 gigs of RAM instead of, the 16 that you have with these two. And it only has a 256 gig SSD, but it's still an absolutely fantastic laptop. You can see it's still pretty thin. I believe this one's a little bit thicker than the others. I'm not entirely sure, but really solid build quality and stuff. And for $200, you get all the performance that you need. Now, if you're doing a little bit more, multitasking, or you have a lot of tabs open in Chrome, like how I do, you're probably going to want 16 gigs of RAM on your system, so you're going to want the first 2. But these are my picks. As usual, there are links below this video to check these out, and the listings go into a lot more detail, right? With all the specs and stuff. So if you're someone that really cares about tech specs, you can click that link and you can read all this stuff down here. But that will be provided for you in the video description. So, click those links in the description, check them out on Amazon. They're really good laptops, like I said. If you want something that's going to last, it's good for your money, and it has, really good build quality, this is as good as you're going to get for laptops, in my opinion. So that wraps up this video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this, and until next time, I am out.